All right, we are making a run for it. Kind of a break in the weather here. Looks like there's some nasty stuff that's headed this way. Worked out pretty well in the shelter last night. Wind was blowing pretty good, and didn't start raining until early this morning, but we were able to stay fairly dry. Well, we got about a 3.2 mile hike down to the road where we're going to be picked up by the hostel and go into spend the day at the hostel, which sounds like it's going to work out pretty good with what the weather's going to be today. So hoping that all works well for us. But again, it's kind of clear and the wind has died. It was howling before.
There's just this deer standing right there, right in the middle of the trail. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? How you doing? You can come up here and see me? His other buddies are still on the sides of the trail. We're just gonna cruise by here. I don't want to bother you. Whoa, there it goes. For a moment I thought she was attracted to me. Yeah, you gotta look at my face. Dude looks like Cats off a Walk in the Woods. All right.
Working our way down the mountain again. It's always pretty when you see the clouds kind of settling in and you're above them. Unfortunately, I think we're headed down into them, but for now, that's pretty. We are standing out here of Open Arms Hostel. Let's show you a little bit. Kind of just a basic house with rooms. Waiting for our shuttle to arrive. Our original one didn't work out, so we're waiting for Plan B to kick into action here. Had a good day yesterday. We didn't do a wrap up. Sorry. We got here. I don't know what time it was, about 10:30, something like that.
Early.
Went then did a resupply at Food Lion. Had our first lunch right before going to Food Lion at Taco Bell. Then went to Food Lion. Carried our bags over to the Burger King for lunch number 2. And then came back, took it easy, did the usual laundry, showers, and then called out for some Italian food that they delivered here in the evening. So we're definitely, last 3 days have been pretty good as far as being caloried up. Yeah. We've had an opportunity to eat pretty well.
Morning's breakfast.
This morning, 3 honey buns.
Each.
And a couple bananas.
2 bananas each.
Yeah, so there was some nutrition in that, but more importantly, there was a lot of calories. So we should be pretty well set for our next segment. We're going to go about 80 miles into Harper's Ferry, which is a big thing. So we, by the end of this week, should be done with Virginia. Today we should cross the 400-mile mark of 400 miles out here since we started a little over 4 weeks ago. And yeah, so weather's supposed to be good here for the first part of the week, and then they're talking about potential snow toward the end of it. So we'll have to get back into snow mode. Yeah, a little bit brisk. It's probably about 38, 39 degrees right now while we sit and wait. We're hoping to get back on the trail at 8, but it looks like it's probably going to be pushing 8:30, which is not a big deal. We got a little bit of flexibility. We're going to try to get in some good miles so we could potentially get into Harper's Ferry Thursday, and then maybe take Friday off just to roam around Harper's Ferry, enjoy some of the local cuisine and that kind of stuff.
Maybe we'll just get in Harper's Ferry really early and then still have the same flexibility that day.
Yeah. It looks like our shuttle might be here, so we're going to wrap this up and we'll talk to you a little bit further down the trail. All right, we have made it back to the trail. Now it's a matter of just playing Frogger to get across the road. So here we go. This old man in front of me moves pretty quick when he has to.
Yeah.
All right, and back into the woods we go.
So we're up to the top of our first climb. Beautiful day. But there's this dude who's been stalking me. Makes me want to go faster. And we've just had we got the sun shining. It's probably around 40 degrees. But the trail is just perfect. Groomed, not a lot of rocks or anything. And maybe our day is going to change on that. But this is just so great. The wind's blowing a little bit, but beautiful morning. So full tummies, good night's sleep, rested legs, and most people say, hey, it's all downhill from here, but no, it's probably all uphill. We'll be checking back with you all later.
Just a quick stop for some water and some snacks.
Eating again?
Eating once again. That's all Joe does. It's amazing he can carry all that weight, but the interesting thing is the trees are starting to bud. They're getting ready to burst open. Spring is getting ready to spring. So this should be pretty cool to see as we go along here. Got about 6 more miles before we stop for lunch. We got trying to do a big day today, but we'll see how that unfolds. For now, our next big goal is to get to lunch. So, because Joe's going to need to eat again.
Fuel the beast.
Come to another pretty view. Just incredible looking down on the valley. We're still along the Skyline Drive. And you can see a little bit of, I guess, a pullover area here right below us. But just gorgeous.
You're looking at a town called Overall, and then Rileyville.
Rileyville, all right.
Rileyville, and then Big Spring.
Big Springs, okay. Got a few more miles here and then we're gonna stop and grab some lunch. But you can't miss a pretty view. This has got to be the best view ever.
Again, the best view ever.
So you got to start walking along a ridge line here. Into some beautiful views down into the valley. Made a quick stop here at lunch at, where are we? We are at the Gravel Spring Hut. So again, another nice little hut that they have here in the Shenandoahs. Nice little fire pit like thing right in front of it.
I've seen lots that are just like this with that really cool fire pit.
Yeah. We've yet to start one, but it's kind of, somebody's piled up all the wood and it's ready to go. Kind of hate not to use it, but. So we're gonna try to push on. We got about 10 more miles. It's gonna be a pretty good stretch for us. But, I think we can do it if the trail cooperates. If not, we'll just pull up short. Any words of wisdom, Joe?
Well, I think we have a great chance of doing the 10 miles.
So there you have it. I'm motivated by that speech.
I am. The ibuprofen talk.
All right.
Hey, look
We'll
who's
see you later.
here! Hey, I figured you guys would be gone.
That's Father Time.
Father Time has arrived. Father Time has caught up with you.
Yeah.
Good to see you again. Yeah.
We're just finishing lunch.
Alrighty.
I just finished up our lunch at the shelter, working our way up for another climb, and found yet another beautiful view. Just gorgeous. See the Skyline Drive kind of running up the mountain there.
Despite the late start, we're still trying to push the miles to get to this one shelter that would allow us to continue our push into Harper's Ferry in 4 days, or 4 plus a little bit. We're at about mile 19 for the day. Got about 6 more to go. Terrain's actually been pretty darn good. But, we definitely, our legs are a little weak, but we think we're gonna make this happen. David's got some style left. Look at that. He's got a strut, man. We can make it happen. We're gonna keep pushing, and hopefully, we may not be able to do a tie-out video because we're gonna get there probably after dark, but we'll see what happens. We'll see y'all on the trail. So what do you know? It's late in the afternoon. We're still hiking. We watered up at a spring that dribbled across the trail a while back. Camelled up good. And we think we probably got 3 miles left to go to get where we're gonna camp. Get us there somewhere between 7:30, quarter to 8, depending upon how this terrain works out. We hit a bunch of rocks a while back, and now it's pretty good. We got blue skies. I got my leader in front. He's dragging me along in his wake, and we're gonna get there pretty soon. A little bit more uphill, and then we scream downhill to the campsite. And that's the excitement for now. We'll catch up with y'all down the trail.
Where are we at, Joe?
We are at the end of the Shenandoah. Just completed the Shenandoah. We're leaving them behind. I gotta say, it was a fabulous experience.
It was. We got to experience a little bit of the Wayside stuff.
Yeah,
Wayside. Not the full, but some. So it was good.
Good trails too.
It was good. This last
Hats off
little
to
bit.
them. They've done a good job. Definitely a lot more people there in this section than before we got to this.
All right, well, we got about 0.8 to go to the shelter. We are on our way. We did it, Joe.
And we did it. A couple things happened today. We passed the 400-mile marker, I believe, for total miles hiked.
So we've been out here for a little over 400 miles now since we started back in Atkins, Virginia.
And we got out of the Shenandoahs.
Yeah, we finished the Shenandoahs.
And how many miles did we hike today?
I don't know how many to hike.
Well, we hiked over 25, but we cleared 24.8 of the trail.
They robbed us a 0.2 somewhere.
Well, no, we had to go down that other shelter and back
right.
up. So that was 0.4 right there. So that's why I said we hiked over 25.
Yeah, but yeah, our longest day today. We really pushed hard to try to get to this shelter.
And wait, and listen. That's our feet. They're screaming.
Yeah, our piggies are in an uproar. But we did good, man. We pumped it after lunch, that late lunch that we had at that shelter. And we didn't get a chance to talk a little bit. You saw in video Father Time. He is continuing his hike from last year. He had to get off Rockfish Gap, I think. And so now he's back on and he's headed to Katahdin to finish it up. I'm not sure if we'll see him again. We might see him in Harper's Ferry. Depends on what his strategy is there. We hike just a little bit faster than he does, but great guy.
Yeah, we've seen him a lot the last 3 days. So
yeah.
The day before yesterday, we passed him on the trail, and then we saw him at Skyland because he was getting shuttled to the hostel. So the next day we get to the hostel,
and he comes back into that hostel that night. And then they took him out this morning, and then we passed him again on the trail this morning, and then he caught up with us at lunch. So it's like we're stalking each other.
Yeah. And he's from Marietta, Ohio. So mom, dad, that's up in your areas. We talked about Coolville and the Cool Spot and Galplus and all those things. So he was familiar with that. Unfortunately, he didn't know the names. He wasn't familiar with Gill and Good, but he's definitely from that same area. So it's kind of cool to just talk and reminisce a little bit of those areas.
Yeah, cool for you. Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah, Joe was bored.
I was sitting over like, let's get out of here. We need to try to get to the next shelter.
Stop talking. So we are doing this wrap up just as soon as we got here because it's about quarter after 7. So we know it's going to get dark here pretty soon. The sun is actually starting to go down right now.
Right over that hill.
Yeah, maybe we'll have a pretty good sunset and we'll get some good shots of that. But we want to go ahead and do that. To do this before it got too dark. We're bad at that. So, all right. Well, we're not sure what we're going to do tomorrow, but today set us up really nice for our first day headed into Harper's Ferry. We had 81 miles, I think we had to do.
Right.
And we just did roughly 25. So what's the math, Joe?
I don't know. It's that means 56 left
56
in 3 days to do it, or depending.
Or 4 days. We've got some options.
Yeah, we got.
We're contemplating if you get there early just to take a zero and explore Harper's Ferry. There's a lot to see around there. So, but we'll see how that goes. See how the rest of the trail treats us.
Yeah.
All right, well, y'all have a great night, and we will talk to y'all tomorrow.
Thanks for watching. We hope you guys are having fun with it.
Yeah, we're having fun.